Good Sunday morning. Thank you so much for joining us here for the Hokey video blog. A lot of folks probably didn't get a lot of sleep last night. We had 2 rounds of storms, one about 10 to 11 last night, caused some wind damage in some parts of Louisville and just south of here. And then around, say, 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning, we had another one blossom, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. This morning's round wasn't quite as bad, but flooding, it became an issue, especially in Meade County, where we had reports of impassable roads due to flash flooding in that area. Things are calmer now, but we might see some more storms still. Let's talk about it first. As we go through the Storm Tracker 3D radar, you can kind of see the last 3 hours here how things have just blossomed. And now we've got a couple, thunder showers at the very least, beginning to develop into some downpours, and eventually they'll become thunderstorms here. You can see them out to our west right here, pretty much from just west of Hardinsburg up towards Salem. I think this will be the last round that we see for this morning. We've got kind of an upper level trough disturbance right out here. That's situated like that. It's moving eastward according to the mesoanalysis that I've been looking at this morning, and that's what's causing this very last round of storms. The storms that we had this morning kind of outran that, I should say. So this should be the last round as long as it doesn't run too far ahead of the upper level forcing. Got a couple little showers out here, though, out to the west. We'll have to watch and see if they develop into thunderstorms as well. The issue now is that we've got these storms developing, and we've got the sunlight beginning to break out, so that's a problem. The good news is that this line of showers and some storms here is beginning to move into an area that's been very worked over in the atmosphere this morning by the storms that we did have. So that's what's going for us here. I don't think they'll become severe, but we're staying here with you to make sure that everything is okay as we go throughout this morning in the early portion of this afternoon. You'll see some heavier storms out near Shelbyville now. Had quite a bit of lightning this morning. Probably still seeing quite a bit of lightning out there as well. In fact, I'll turn it on for you so you can see. Holy smokes, that's quite a bit of lightning. In fact, this storm out here in Shelbyville harboring about 1,700 strikes over the last half hour. Not as much as it has been before this morning when we were upwards of 32,000 strikes across the area. That was crazy. And I think that'll be the last of the crazy lightning that we see as we go throughout today. We'll see how this afternoon shapes up. Let's talk about the bigger picture, though. You'll see out here to the west of us, we've got kind of a clearing sky going on out there. We'll turn on the visible satellite for you so you can see exactly what's going on. Yeah, you'll see it out there as the sun comes up. We've got a clear slot in there. That's something we'll be watching because as this clear slot right here came into the region, it formed some of these little showers out here. But the thing to notice is that cold front situated about right there. So until this moves through, this cold front does, we'll continue to see these showers and thunderstorms develop, especially as we go throughout the afternoon. Now, the atmosphere is so worked over from this morning's storms in our immediate area, and we've got so much of this cloud cover, especially east of Louisville, that I think things will be slow to redevelop this afternoon over our neck of the woods. But that doesn't preclude development at all, folks. There's the cold front. You see it, area of low pressure. Up there in central Indiana, west of I-70 there, near Indianapolis. Storms breaking out still over the area. And we've got the warm front way out here. And that's where pretty much the limit of the warm air is right now. And the cooler air filtering in behind. Look how very quiet it is back here over the Plain States. That's coming our way. We just have to wait for it. Let's talk about first the SkyTrack network of cameras. And check out Shepherdsville here. I just turned it on for you so you can see it. See some sunlight peeking through some of these clouds, but still a lot of dark, heavy clouds. They look like they're going to produce rain. In a lot of cases, they are this morning. So definitely something to watch as we go throughout the morning. If you've got morning plans to drive around, check the Wave 3 weather app. Make sure that your route is clear from any of these storms, because if not, you might be driving through some rain. You want to take some extra precautions when you're doing that. You can see the rain-cooled air around our area by the green shade here on our current temperatures, 68 in E-Town, 68 in Campbellsville. And look out to the west, 83 already in Madisonville. That is how fast this atmosphere is recovering from this. And that's why I do think we will see some thunderstorms this afternoon. So here's Futurecast. Futurecast, tell you what, this morning didn't pick up on the storms very much at all that we did have. So trying to take this with a grain of salt, and I want to show this to you really to just demonstrate what we could see as we go throughout the day. I think most of the storm activity is going to be confined south and east of Louisville as we go throughout this afternoon, because we've got that upper area of forcing I showed you earlier that was really just to the west of Louisville over here. That'll be moving to the east, and that'll help to generate showers and thunderstorms over eastern Kentucky and then down toward the Tennessee border as well, where they haven't seen as many storms. They had kind of a cap in place near the Tennessee border. So if you kind of put this all together, I think that really this area right here stands the best chance of seeing strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon at Dare County, into the Campbellsville area, Marion, you guys down there, because you haven't seen the thunderstorms like we've seen up here in southern Indiana and northern Kentucky. And they cleared out a whole lot quicker down there as well, so that's going to allow for faster recovery. So, yeah, I mean, Futurecast does have a few of these little pop-up showers, maybe a storm or two in the area this afternoon. And you know what? That might be what happens, at least over our area, because we've seen so many of these storms this morning. So let's cross our fingers. Let's hope the atmosphere is worked over enough that it doesn't want to redevelop anything else and that the instability doesn't build. I know a lot of us needed the rain. We've gotten the rain in most cases, so I think it's time to calm things down a little bit, don't you? Lightning this morning was crazy, certainly. And as we go throughout tomorrow, things quiet down. We could see a few isolated showers as we go throughout the morning, early afternoon, just kind of the residual behind the front. A few clouds as well. I think we'll take it because cooler temperatures are coming in the forecast. Now, for today, we are under a slight risk of severe weather. The moderate risk is well to the east. In eastern Kentucky, pretty much Lexington eastward, so we're not going to be in that. There is a 5% tornado risk that borders about right here and eastward at this point. I think that's just because we've got shear to work with. We've got the higher wind speeds aloft, and we've got a little bit of directional shear to work with as well. We'll be keeping an eye on that as we move throughout this afternoon, but I really do think the main threat in our area is going to be somewhere in this box right about there, just based on what we're seeing in terms of the forcing moving eastward and how the atmosphere is going to try to recover as we go throughout this afternoon. So here's what we saw before. We saw the warm front move through. We saw the warm air. That gave us the storms, and the cold front did too. But behind the cold front, here comes, finally, the much-advertised cooler air. We're talking about 70s as we go throughout Monday and Tuesday. Look at this. Won't that be nice? When we get back into the 80s thereafter, as we go through the work week and closer to next weekend, we could see those temperatures rise back into the mid-80s. Still not where it should be for this time of year. I think we'll stay below normal this week. Thunderstorm chances, they'll be on the increase as well. We might have kind of a closed-off low situation as we go throughout the end of the work week into the weekend. That could give us some shower chances, maybe a few thunderstorms, but severe weather, it's not looking terribly likely at this point. We'll keep you updated on that, though. For now, I think it's just going to be a relatively calm week compared to what we've seen over the weekend so far. For now, I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Get our Wave 3 News mobile app so that you can keep track of the forecast as we move throughout the day. And have an enjoyable Sunday.